Peace, 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 peace. With the hair grease, 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 grease. Peace and welcome. I am Nine, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Nine at YouTube. And this is part 2 continuation. So, friends, I remember the first time that really changed my perspective on the ones that's close to me. After this, I really felt it was imperative and is imperative to test everything around me. And if you listening to this, it's imperative for you to test everything around you. So, I'm in Chow. It's me and one of the Islamic brothers from the Blood tribe. So we leaving Chow, putting our trays up. I see 2 Indians on the side. They look like they kind of plotting, so they catching my attention. Anything that's out of the normal has to catch your attention. You gotta be alert on it. And it's a survival tactic if you're doing time in the penitentiary. So I'm looking at these 2 Indian brothers, native brothers in the corner. And I see them pointing and gesturing over there at another native that was putting his tray up. He didn't really see him behind him, but he was with him. So they wait on him to catch up as 3 of them start walking down the hallway, playing and stuff with each other, monkeying around, wrestling. And me and my bro, we headed that same. We're headed in that same direction. And we're doing what we do, talking. You know what I'm saying? Kicking the shit, what we call kicking the bobo. And I'm still kind of like watching, see what these cats is on. You feel what I mean? I'm still watching the natives. So they end up like turning around for some reason and went back like they must have forgot something in the child area or something. So they passed us. You know, I turn around, look at them. But then by this time, we are in the penitentiary, so I gotta mind my business. You feel what I'm saying? Because I want people out of my business. So I proceed walking. Me and my partner. So where we going is called red lighting, into a unit that we not supposed to be able to go into. So we trying to sneak into this unit to holler at one of the older brothers to give us something to smoke. We trying to get our head right. So we done snuck all the way on this other side of the yard. So we can't go into the unit. We got to stay in the hallway and send somebody in there like, hey, tell whoop that Nine and whoop out here waiting on them. So while we waiting, I see 2 natives, not the same ones, but 2 different ones on each side of the doors. It's double doors to get in and out from the hallway back to the yard. So it's one on the left side of the door, it's one on the right. I'm looking like got my attention, like what is they up to? And as I'm wondering, the doors open, and it's crazy. The three Indians that was in Chow and that was walking, headed to the same direction that I was walking to, and I said they had turned back around. They was coming back through the door. 2 of them, as soon as they went through the door, one went left and the other went right. And the one that they was pointing at while he was putting his tray up, he didn't see him plotting behind his back. As soon as he stepped in, they grabbed him. 4 of them grabbed him. 1 grabbed his left arm, 1 grabbed his right arm, and the other 2 that was walking with him stabbed the man up so many times. I probably quit counting after 50. Like, I was looking for so long. My brother had to tell me, let's go. I snapped out of it. I don't even know how many times he was telling me, let's go. It was my first time in the penitentiary seeing somebody get killed from the hands of his own friends. And years prior to this, I remember when I was a little boy, I don't know, was I in Arizona or was I in San Diego? I don't know which one, but I just remember I was a young boy and I used to meet friends all the time, or what I thought was friends all the time. I used to bring them in, and before we go into the back and play on the game, I always introduce them to my mom, because that was like a rule, you know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, Mom, this is my friend, Whoop-de-whoop, or this is my friend Whoop-de-whoop. My mama always stop me right then and there in front of them and be like, no, that's your associate. No, that's your associate. It was just like, friendship is something that you earn. You don't just throw that around, and you don't just give anybody that name of being a friend. Sometimes friends is closer and deeper than family. Or your friends could be your demise. Therefore, you pick and choose wisely, and you test everything around you. We're not waiting until we get stabbed in the back and to realize, oh, this ain't the homie, or oh, this ain't my friend. It's literally all ancient writings. It's over 1,000 years old. That's a war strategy, the art of war. The art of war is to keep your enemies close. Watch your homies. No, that's Tupac. What is it? Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies closer. Yeah, that's it. Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies closer. Because, say for instance, two ex-enemies, ex-ops that became friends will actually go outside their way to prove to each other that they're actually not bullshitting there. Hey, you my friend. I ain't on no bullshit. I don't look at you like the ops. I'm not the enemy to you. Like, we actually friends. And it's a thing where you going outside your way to show your ex-enemy that you ain't on the bullshit. When two friends already got each other's trust. So it's easier for your friend to backstab you, to go behind you and hate on you with your girl, or, you know what I mean, take from you, steal from you, know the codes to the safe, because this been the person that's been around you. He ain't got to prove that he's your friend. He's already proven that. Even if he done fucked you over once or twice, you done forgave him, or he or she, when you ain't letting no enemy get that close to you. So when y'all not enemies and y'all friends now, y'all go outside each other's way to show you can leave money around me, I'm not going to take it. I can leave money around you, you're not going to take it. I can leave this, or, you know what I mean, like, I ain't going for your girl, you ain't going for mine, man. We used to be enemies. We done stood on the front lines together and became friends. That's the difference, when sometimes the ones we call friends already be the ones that's already plotting on our demise. So that's where that come from. Now back to the bid. I remember walking down the hallways. Me and my homeboy that just came from the walls. He had got stabbed 28 times by the Aryans, so he was kind of leery. He had pulled me to the side, was like, hey, Nine, you know what I'm saying? I seen one of the Aryans that had something to do with me getting stabbed. I seen them in Chow, and they seen me. And I was like, is that right? He was like, yeah. He was like, I think they own some shit. I was like, oh, say less. So before I can even turn around to go grab the weaponry, or for Bro can get the weaponry, we look up, and here come like 15 Aryans pulling up on us, knives out. We didn't get a chance to go get Nan homeboy. Excuse me. We didn't get a chance to get Nan homeboy, Nan anybody. We was slipping. That's when I seen my homeboy which is my bro from Hoover, which is considered quote unquote the ops, which is normally the enemy to my hood. It was like, what's up, bro? Y'all need help? I look at him and like, yeah, throwing up C's, throwing up the community revolution in progress. Before I know it, bro had sent his little homies to go get some homies, and before you know it, here come like 30 of his homies. Which now the Aryan brothers wanted to negotiate, wanted to talk. Yeah. But a few moments before, they was ready to kill. You see, the power changed when the homies came from Hoover. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna get a homie a shout out. Shout out to my guy Weezy, Free Weezy, on me. Like, yeah. So the power shift when we went from 2 deep to a few deep. You know what I mean? Like, the power is not in division. The power is when you come together and know who's around you. We got a lot of friends that came from inheritance. I messed that word up. But we inherit a lot of our friends. You know what I mean? Like, we don't be knowing their characteristics, they trait. We just know they popped up. The homie said this is such and such. So, you know what I mean? We really don't even really know them like that. And it's the same way to what we consider the ops. Like, it could be the ops that we don't even know like that. That they don't even know us like that. You know what I mean? And these could be the ones that we really could connect with from block to block. You know what I mean? And display us coming together. And that's where the real power is at. The power has never been in division. Never been in division. And I'm going to jump into this meaning of this Crip shit, of this Crip life. To me, how could I talk about peace in one sentence, and then the next minute you hear me on some Crip shit, or you see a picture coming up the timeline, me throwing up the C. See, somewhere down the line, we got it twisted, we got it confused, and we forgot what the C really is when we throw it up the Crip. The C is for the community. The community. That's what the C stands for when we throwing up the Crip. That C is for the community. You feel me? Revolution in progress. This was formed to protect the blocks, to patrol the neighborhoods. If you look at these neighborhood watches in these urban neighborhoods or in these black neighborhoods, it says neighborhood watch with an eyeball with a blue pupil. Literally. You feel me? And you will not see them signs in the suburbs where the people with those kind of pupils is. And this is no disrespect, and this is no racist thing. I'm just saying, like, when we was formed as Crip, we didn't need those neighborhood watches or those cricket cops that's coming to the hood planting drugs on us or beating us up. You feel what I mean? Catching us with weapons, playing weapons. No, we was bearing arms. We was practicing the law legally, because we know they hopping out finna come fuck with us. But we protecting the neighborhoods. We stopping people from breaking in. We stopping people from coming through raping the women. We setting up houses for the kids to have somewhere safe to come after school to eat, chill, learn something that they ain't teaching in school, and we had the same place for in the morning, for the breakfast, for the kids that ain't got the breakfast at home. Like, that's what the cripping was. Like, we was uplifting the women. You know what I mean? We was patrolling the neighborhoods, and we was standing our ground with the cricket authorities coming into these neighborhoods. And then it got on some other stuff. Because gangs, period, was never our thing. We adopted that, like on some gangs of the New York type stuff. We adopted that way in the 1920s. Why? Because we couldn't be part of the mafia, the mob that we so-called emulate. So we had formed our own black gangs. And we all was one at first. And then money, you know what I'm saying? Alcohol, bootlegging, territory, all that came into play. Something that was never our shit. You feel what I mean? But when we formed this, we had this Crip shit on a whole nother elevation. It wasn't no negativeness. All that other shit came in down the line. So I'm going back to the etymology of this Cripness. You feel me? This community revolution in progress. That's why you catch me out here teaching the kids something righteous. You see me at these parks feeding the homeless, feeding the kids, feeding their parents. They don't even be homeless. It went from the to feeding the homeless to feeding the community. Man, woman, and child. Why? Because I'm a Crip, and when I'm doing it, I'm letting them know I'm a Crip. I rescued a lady out of the snow. She was racist, non-racist lady. A blizzard. She was stuck with a breathing machine. Rescued her. Got her to her place where she needed to be. And when I left, I yelled out, Crip. Because that's what a Crip's supposed to be on. Displaying the best a man or a woman could be. Helping the old lady, helping the old man cross the street, holding the door open for somebody. Telling the kids something to the righteous. Clearing the block from the weirdos that you see hanging around you know don't live in the neighborhood. Stopping the weirdos from talking to the kids. Just being aware, being alert. Patrolling our neighborhoods. We ain't bringing the toxic, the poisons, the bullshit into our neighborhoods. We taking it out. That's what it's all about, and that's what it was started. That's what it was started upon, and that's what I'm keeping going. So I would never denounce this Crip shit.